everybody, and welcome back again to Scrub In with Tay. So this video is just a bonus video for this week, and I think I should add it to kind of like give my experience of how I applied and got into medicine. This is gonna be I'll try to make it as detailed as possible, but like I haven't really thought of the nitty-gritty details, so that's like yeah, kind of contemplating if I should just stop. Probably like address, like I'm gonna have separate videos. I'm gonna have a video about high school and how I secured the bag in high school to make sure that I end up in medicine. But like I'm gonna basically explain my high school experience, first year experience, second year experience, because I also got a question of like how do I cope with the stress, and I feel like I'll tell you all about it. I'll tell you about my first year first semester, first year second semester, first year second year first semester, second year second semester, how I coped with lockdown and all those things, so that you can like get a full or detailed experience of like how I experienced medicine. And then from here onwards, probably like you'll see the detailed version of everything, because I'll be uploading weekly next year and I'll be doing my third year, so my third year will probably be like really detailed. But anyway, so welcome back to Timid Little Cycles YouTube channel, second edition for the same week, and I will be talking about how I applied to get into medicine in South Africa and to get to a South African medical school. So for me, the option to go abroad was never a thing, because my brother went abroad and my mom was just tired of everyone going abroad. She was like, I'm not gonna have another child abroad. So I was stuck in South Africa because of other people's actions. But anyway, it's okay, it's fine, it's cool. I'm happy with where I am. I am happy, more than happy. I realized that I'm actually a home girl. Like I actually don't like being too far from home. I like having the option to come back home because it's just more convenient. Today I'm gonna talk about how I got into medicine. Or how did I apply and get into medicine? So I did the process myself. So I honestly do know the step-by-step thing, because my mom was like, I want you to not be scared of admin, and I want you to start adulting, basically. So I did the whole application process myself. I did everything myself. So I'm gonna tell you what I can remember, and like if I forgot something, I'll add in another video or something. I'll try my best, because this was like a spontaneous decision. I was like, let me sort of tell them how I also did it, this is telling them all the stories and not telling them how to actually do it practically. But anyway, so I first applied around March. Yes, because it was around our netball tour, and that's like March. That's when I applied. As soon as like the applications opened, I applied for medicine. I did the application process within like a month, like over a period of a month or something, because it's long. Honestly, I don't know. It's long, and it was hard to do school and sports and apply and like all those things. So I'd normally do it during the weekends and stuff like that. But like, there was the application process. I know most universities have they do it on online platforms now, because the whole photocopying, filling in paper, sending it by mail, it's just not a thing anymore. I know that most of the universities, all of the universities I applied to were online, but of course there were documents required, so there was still printing and certifying involved. I know UP, VETS, UCT, UFS, and UKZN. So UKZN, I know there's like a centralized system for all the universities in KZN. It's called the CAO, I think, and you like apply there, and like your application gets distributed to all the relevant universities that you want to apply to in the province, which is pretty cool actually. Like you just fill in one application form for everybody, and it's just convenient. But like I know with UC, VETS, and UP, I had to do separate applications. I did that, and basically they want your basic details, and around March I could only upload my results from the previous year, grade 11 final results. So I used my grade 11 final results and I applied for the first round. So then applied. They want, basic information, your ID, your reports, what else did they want? I think they also wanted, some wanted proof that you actually go to the school, but that was a bit later on sometimes. Like they'd want actual written statements of like, I am a pupil at this high school. And then also, I know they wanted my parents' pay slips. They wanted they wanted those things, like basic information. They ask you like general information. They also ask what sports you've participated in, and I think that's really important with regards to medicine, because I think they're trying to find out if you can actually balance life, because medicine is a lot. So I think they ask you those questions to kind of see if you can already deal with a lot of pressure and a lot of things in your life and be able to juggle all those things. Because honestly, medicine is not a joke, and if you struggle to honestly balance your life in high school, it doesn't get better. Like, I won't lie, it doesn't get better. So I think that's why they ask those questions. So then after that, there's like the first I don't know, I think it's around June. Then they want your June results, or they want like your mid-year results. So then they want your mid-year results. And I know that UP also wanted and they want the whole statement that states that you're actually a pupil at that school. And then they also want what else do they want? I know some of them also wanted this other document, especially UP wanted this other document where you filled in your sports and all those things, and like your for me, our headmaster signed that document for us, I remember, and we had to submit that. And then there's like a contract that UP wants. UP actually wanted so many things. Even UFS though, UFS also wanted a lot of things. UCT was also a whole thing on its own too, because I remember you had to submit this other contract, but the only way you could do it is like filling in a physical thing. They wanted like a physical copy, and you had to like actually mail it to them. So I remember that's when I started giving up. Actually, if you knew my application story, I gave up on my UCT application. I was like, I'm done, I'm fed up with all this admin, that's it. You know what, screw UCT, I don't want it anymore. And I don't know, I didn't even pay the application fee for UCT, but my application somehow went through and I got my acceptances. I don't know how that happened, honestly. That's like, you just see God working in these little tiny things, and you're like, you know what, I don't know what happened. And that's when God shows you, or that's when you realize that it's purely God, because you totally didn't do nothing. Because I know I left that application halfway. I was like, I'm tired of submitting and mailing all these things. It's a lot of admin, it's expensive, why are they being extra like that, But like, anyway, I got accepted there somehow. But anyway, so then after that, I know that midterm and stuff like that, we submitted that for UP. I know UFS also wanted a set of documents. That was another thing. Guys, these things, they want a lot of documents, honestly, and it's like you have to keep up with the deadlines. They honestly are so okay. I know UFS started extending deadlines for us, because I think they saw that, hey Baba, it's Leeds, we are writing our June exams, we don't have time for these. But they started extending deadlines, and like there were certain documents we had to submit with UFS. I think it was like a medical record or something like a medical certificate and something. It was 3 things. I forgot what they were. But then and then you also have to apply for res. So with UP, luckily they allow you to apply for res in your application form. So it's like you just do it once, you don't have to do a separate application for res. I think with UFS I had a separate application with res. I don't remember very well. UCT, I think they just place you anyway, honestly, I don't know. But that was also another one. I don't remember. I honestly just remember UP because I ended up there. So then there's also the NBT test. That's another thing that people always forget. When I speak to matriculants now, they're always like, oh, I didn't write my NBT, or oh, I'm writing my NBT after the due date for the NBT application submission or something like that. So it's like, always keep in mind that you have to do your NBT. I know that in some courses they don't want it, but do it, because in most courses, or like sometimes they do want it, and just do it honestly, so that you don't have anything that holds you back in the future. So with me, it's like I booked it for after my June exams. I remember you can honestly book it anytime. Just make sure you book it early though, so that you don't write it in September and it's like the applications are closed now, or they don't accept anything anymore. So it's like, or they start giving provisional acceptances, and it's like they can't do jack now because you don't have your NBT. So it's like, write your NBT as early as possible, so that you can be able to submit those things very early and just get over and done with it. Yeah. Anyway, so after that, what happened, we went on with school until like August, September, I think. Oh, hectic. Until like August or September. And then what happened then we started to get our provisional acceptances. So when you got our provisional acceptances, it's like there they tell you, like, you've been provisionally accepted for this and this and this, and then it's like sometimes they require a fee. For example, I know there was the residence levy fee for tax, there was the reservation fee for vet, I don't know, there were those fees. Like, you had to actually pay like a lot. Even in UFAs, I remember there was like a fee we had to pay, and these are like proper fees. It's not like 500 or anything. It's like thousands and thousands of rands. So honestly, that I feel like it's kind of unfair, especially if you can't afford the amount. But I think you can make like alternative plans if you really can't afford the amount. Even with the application fee, I forgot to mention that there's application fees for all these applications. I know with the CIO in my year 2018, it was like 240, and I think this was 300 or something like that. So that's the average price of like the application fee. But I also know that you can also waive for that, or like ask them to not charge you for that if you really can't afford it. Like you can call the university and stuff. And then yeah, you get provisionally accepted, and it's like you have to pay reservation fees. I reserved my place at Wits because I was really scared. I was like, oh my gosh, what if, you know? It's a lot of what ifs when you're in matric. You don't know where you secure because it's like really hard. You can't ever be sure about anything. So you're like, oh, what if I let go of this and now this one doesn't take me? So I was paying everyone and everything. So my parents did the most, and it's like I'm forever grateful for that, and I'm fortunate to be one of those people whose parents could afford those amounts. But I regret it now because it's like I flashed down so many thousands of friends at different universities. I didn't even go to it, but it's fine. So yeah, had to pay that, and then it's like yeah, after that they just wait for your final marks, like your final results when it's in January, and the rest starts talking to you. Oh, I got so excited when the residents start talking to you. Like in tax, I know I started to get my emails regarding like what the rules of the race are, what the cultures of the race. I was so happy. That's why I like Coletia. I've loved it even before I went in. So yeah, and then I know with tax Coletia you can't apply directly to your Coletia because it's exclusively for health science students. So it's like I applied for Mother Leaf. Funny enough, I applied for Mother Leaf, and then if you get accepted for a health science degree, then they move you sometimes to like Coletia. Normally, or most of the time, they move you to Coletia because it's like next to campus. It's very close to the medical campus. So then after that, you wait for the final results, or you get your final results, and it's like they automatically get it in the universities. They get back your results automatically, and then they give you your final acceptances via SMS, via email, via call. I don't know, each university does it differently, and then you have to go register, and that's a whole different story on its own. Go register, then you are in, Baba, you are within. So there's nothing stopping you, manje, you're official student. So that's how the process works. Yeah, so for me, I would advise any matriculant, start early with your applications. Do your research while you're still in grade 11 so you can work towards the marks that are actually required, because there's a minimum, like for every course there's a minimum mark that you can get. Or an APS score. Yes, there's a minimum APS score you can have. So do your research on all the courses you want to do. Make sure that your marks actually meet the AP, because you can't even apply if they meet the APS score. And remember that the APS score is like the bare minimum of what you should get. So that's like, you can apply, but it doesn't mean you have a spot. So it's more like, yes, sure, you have the APS score, the minimum APS score, but remember that there's people who have a higher APS score are going to apply. So make sure that you check that out so that you work hard and you can actually be like kind of sure that you can even apply for that course. Another thing is that your grade 11 marks, final marks, are really important, like really important. And then thirdly, make sure that you apply very early, because it helps. Because I feel like the system becomes saturated a lot when you apply really late, and also just get it off the table, just get over and done with it. I would recommend doing it yourself, because I feel like it kind of introduces you to how the system of the university how the university system works. But like, if a parent can do it for you too, that's fine, because I know that it's sometimes hard to do it with school, with sports, with everything. And then if you want to do medicine, I'd encourage you to do extramural activities. I would highly encourage you doing that, because it teaches you balance, and it teaches you resilience and resistance to not get easily overwhelmed when you get to medicine. Then another thing is job shadowing. I didn't do it, but I would highly recommend it. Don't go to a private practice. Don't go to a doctor who's practicing and sees 5 patients a day and all the things. Go work with someone who works in a public hospital and see them do or be on call. Like, be with them the whole time and see the nitty-gritty, nasty things of medicine and any career before you make a decision. Like, job shadowing, I would highly recommend. I didn't do it. Didn't really have much of an effect on me, but like, it would be nice. It would have been nice to see what exactly I'm getting into before I actually applied. And then also, if you don't get into medicine, it's okay. There are many alternative ways to get into medicine. There's a BSc program, I know. There's like the half-year program where you, for 6 months, And if you get really good marks, they accept I think like 150 people into medicine. I know for us we were maybe like 200 at the beginning, then now we're 350 because they accepted BSc children into the degree. And then there's also a 1-year course. There's also, you can finish your BSc and then apply to medicine. You can do nursing and then apply to medicine. There's honestly so many alternative ways of getting into medicine. So if you really are passionate and really want to do medicine and you don't get in the first time, don't give up. There's many other ways. There's many ways to Cape Town. You know, it's some are longer, some are shorter, but you will eventually get to Cape Town. And then yeah, that's all I can say. And also just be kind to yourself. Also, like, just don't put so much pressure to yourself. I'd also like parents to actually view this video because they don't understand the pressure that we all under, like regarding career choices and all those things. And it's like, it's actually a lot for especially a teenager who's just 17 or 16 or 18 or 19 to deal with. Like, it's like you're making choices that will affect you the rest of your life. So it's like, I wish they would be more supportive and more open-minded to many more careers and kind of help to expose us to more careers. Because honestly, one of my friends actually said that maybe, I don't think medicine is for you. they thought that maybe there must be some other career for you, because medicine is not necessarily, it doesn't fit everything about you. And that's true. There's some aspects of myself that I will not be able to utilize in medicine, and maybe there's a career out there that would fit me perfectly, but I don't know about it, so I didn't have the option to even choose something else. So like, you know, I wish we'd be more exposed to careers and like find out exactly what suits you and what is for you. And unfortunately, of course, we have to be realistic, especially in the country that we live in. We live in a third world country, South Africa, so it's like job opportunities are a thing, you know, like job scarcity is a thing and unemployment is a thing here. So also consider that when you're making your career choice. Consider if you're gonna get a job, because you have to live and make a living and stuff like that. So consider all those things, your personality, job availability, and yeah, man, and try to just do your best. Like your marks, do your best, and also select subjects that will actually get you into what you want to do. Like, for example, I cannot not take science and expect to get into medicine. So just make sure that you're, even from grade 10, your subject choices are correct. Do your research. Like, do your research. It is highly recommended. Do your research, and I won't say that you'll be perfect and fine, but you will have a better chance of choosing what you should choose or end up where you should be than finding out halfway through your degree that I'm wasting my time and I didn't want to be here. But anyway, I hope this helped someone, and I hope this helps someone. And yeah, man, remember to like, subscribe, comment, and share. And even though I'm sick, I will make sure that I push through these videos. And now I'm tired. I'm probably gonna go take a nap. But yeah, goodbye.